message worldwide: don't come illegally.
That is so clear. That's our Attorney General speaking yesterday in Washington, D.C. Somebody who lives in a border state is Dana Loesch. She's a radio talk show host, and she joins us today from Dallas. Dana, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you all.
So we've heard so much about this caravan over the last 10 days or so, and the Attorney General now is sending more resources down to our southern border, more U.S. attorneys, more judges. There's a 1 million case backlog. That's a new message that needs to be made very clear to people who are thinking about coming to this country, as the Attorney General says, illegally.
Absolutely. Speaking personally on this, here in Texas, having been down to the border, having met with Border Patrol agents and spoken with a number of Border Patrol chiefs, I understand completely their desire to see law and order in the Department of Justice, and they really needed the Department of Justice to back them up on this. They were thrilled when the president was sending a National Guard to the border because they needed the help. I mean, to see the amount of area that these guys got to cover is amazing. But isn't it great, guys, to have a law and order Attorney General back in the Department of Justice? Because we've missed that these previous 8 years. Someone actually upholding the law and respecting the sovereignty of the United States. It's incredibly refreshing.
The best picture that President Trump could have for his belief that our borders are porous are those so-called refugees sitting on top of the fence, effortlessly climbing up, knowing they can get over it in a moment's notice, like we step over a small puddle. I mean, that is a perfect picture that shows the president is not making up for fear-mongering. Don't you agree?
I agree. He's enforcing all the lines that previous administrations have written out, apparently. No, I mean, being down there and talking to people who live near the border, I mean, they have to worry about this as well. They have to worry about their resources being used. Border Patrol have to worry about these incidents being exploited by drug cartels who, when you have mass numbers of individuals who are attempting to enter illegally into the United States, they use that opportunity to traffic tons of drugs right across the border, right under the nose of Border Patrol, who, because of the previous administration, were under-resourced and understaffed. And so now we're finally starting to see movements towards this. With knowing so many people who live by the border, and also, it doesn't even matter if you're by the border. This is an interior problem as well. Yep. I'm so happy to see the administration address this and finally crack down, because, look, there's a process to enter the country. If you want to enter the country, you have to go through the legal process just like everyone else does, period.
Now, Dana, I know you're an NRA spokesperson. You're meeting in Dallas. The NRA is meeting for the convention in Dallas, and I understand the president's going to be addressing the group.
Yes, he's going to be addressing the group on Friday along with Vice President Mike Pence. The president made his announcement a little bit later this week that he was going to be joining all of these law-abiding gun owners in Dallas, Texas. The weather's going to be beautiful. I hope that people come out. I know we're going to have a lot of attendees like we do every single year. And members are going to be really excited to hear from the president. And you all know, just as well as anyone, the work that legacy media has really put into driving a wedge between this president, law-abiding gun owners, and the president, while he entertained ideas from the other side of the aisle and people who wanted to restrict Second Amendment natural rights, he ultimately put his foot down and said that your Second Amendment is your Second Amendment. And so gun owners are looking forward to hearing the president address them.
Yeah, we'll see, because individual states have changed. We know that Florida passed some pretty strict gun changes. But thanks, Dana. Appreciate it.
Thank you all so much.
You bet.
All right, 21 minutes before the top of the hour. Here's Jillian.
Good morning. We're following a number of stories right now, so let's get you caught up on this. A teenager is behind bars accused of plotting a deadly ISIS terror attack on a Texas mall. The FBI says 17-year-old Mateen Azizi Yarand wrote a manifesto pledging his allegiance to ISIS, but he refused to actually talk about it in this bizarre